Good afternoon, Oswego people. I'm at a place that you've probably driven by your entire lives and just don't really pay any attention or notice that it's here. I'm talking about Oswego's very own log cabin, and I'd like to share a little bit of information about the cabin with you today. So hang around. The log cabin is right here at the corner of 3rd and Merchant Street. And as the plaque says, this is Thomas Park, and this log house was built in 1867, and the land was given to our city by Mrs. Nellie Thomas as a memorial to her late husband, Dr. J.F. Thomas, and her son, Donald Thomas. And here we have the log house, and you may have read in the newspaper that we have received as a museum, as the Oswego Historical Society, a considerably large grant to restore the cabin. And if you just drive by the cabin and you don't pay close attention, you'll think, what in the world can they spend that kind of money on? Well, first of all, you know things are very expensive nowadays, and I'm going to show you some of the repairs that are necessary to keep this log cabin from collapsing. I'm now on the north side of the cabin, and if you look closely, you can see that the logs that are towards the bottom of the cabin have suffered a lot of damage from rot and from water and from insects. And here on the corner, we have the same issue with this particular corner log. The end of it is rotted away, and on the end, we can see from a side view that half of that log is missing underneath the house. So we also have an issue with the foundation. So they will rebuild this stacked limestone foundation underneath the cabin. They will replace up to 30 logs that have deteriorated badly. And as you can see also, there's a lot of the chinking that has come away from the building. I can take it with my hand and pull it down and pull it off the building entirely to reveal the rotted wood underneath. So there's significant damage to the north side of the structure and also to the ends where logs need to be replaced. Also on the north side of the building, we're fortunate that not a lot of traffic comes along this side of the building because it's very unsightly. The doors have been just closed in with plywood and the paint has come away from it. That center area I'm going to talk a little bit more about when I get around to the front of the building. This is the back side of the dog trot. And now on the west side of the building, you see that we have the exact same issue with half of a log totally eroded and the foundation is missing underneath this section of the building. On the front of the house, in years past, they've closed in the dog trot. I'm going to explain to you about a dog trot because maybe not everybody knows what a dog trot is. A dog trot is a cabin that is basically 2 rooms. In our case, we have a bedroom, sleeping area on one side, and on the other side, we have a kitchen area. And the dog trot is a wide open space, this one is probably 10 to 12 feet wide, that has doors into both rooms for ventilation purposes. And these types of structures were very popular in the South because you could get a lot of air circulation through this open area, and it was covered, and it was really the coolest place in the house. And so it was called a dog trot because they said the dogs used to like to come in here and sleep in the shade, and a little bit of breeze would come through this area. And because of the dogs resting there in the coolest part of the house, they called it a dog trot. Now in our kitchen area, Bob Boulware had built a structure about a year and a half ago, to support this corner of the cabin, because if we did not do that, it was possibly going to go ahead and collapse. You can see here there are totally clear areas where the wind comes through and the dirt and the rain and everything else. So in the restoration, they will replace all of the chinking and daubing in the cabin. They will redo the foundation. They will replace up to 30 logs. And they will treat all the logs with materials that will keep that in good shape for years to come. So that's a little bit of what we have planned for our log cabin in Oswego. It is one of 3 log cabins in the whole state of Kansas that is still on its original foundation. More about that later. Tune in next time. Bye-bye.